Oh, my. Here we are. Welcome, everybody, once again to the Big Time Show. What's going on, everybody? Hello to everybody that is on Facebook. Hello to everybody that is on Periscope. And again, hello to everyone that is on YouTube at this present moment. Welcome. And those of you that are on Podbean Live, it is a pleasure once again to just hang out. What you feel about it? And wow, what a night I got a feeling this is going to be because it's a special night. It is a special night for this podcast. Uh, in my last show, I told you guys that my last show was my 50th show. And I told you that we are going to go to another level. I wasn't expecting the level to go immediately to another level, but hey, this is how God works. And so I am excited on today. I ask that you would share this post. If you're a Cowboy fan, tonight, most definitely, you need to share. We have tonight, I guarantee you're going to enjoy tonight and our guest on this evening. But before we get started, let me first acknowledge Alec Winters, who you just heard. Of course, that music from, as I always say, I appreciate him letting me use his music. You can find him on the Chord Academy. He's a young brother that's from Boston, Massachusetts. He's in the Berklee School of Music, as a matter of fact. He's a young jazz artist, but he does everything. You can find him on the Chord Academy. You can hear all that great music that you just heard. It is a pleasure to be here. What's up, Buddha? I see you, man. What's going on? I see you there. But tonight is also a special night because tonight is the first night. I'm proud to announce tonight that for the first time, the Big Time Show podcast is being sponsored. We are sponsored tonight by the Fragrance Shop Memphis. The Fragrance Shop Memphis. And you'll see on your screen, for those that are on Facebook and Periscope and YouTube, you'll see that on your screen. The Fragrance Shop Memphis, Fragrance Shop Memphis at gmail.com, Fragrance Shop Memphis at gmail.com. You can see one of the best cologne and perfume shops owned by my fraternity brother, Podbean. If you're there, it's called the Fragrance Shop Memphis. You can find that on Facebook. And they have some of the best fragrances that you can find. Tom Ford, Bond Number 9, Creed, and all other major exclusive brands as well. We have fragrances for both men and women are priced much lower than retail. We have fragrances that you will find at your local department stores, even those that are hard to find, and of course some exclusive fragrances. Listen, it's almost Valentine's Day, you guys. Whether you know it or not, you can go ahead and get a jump start on that now by going ahead and, hey, everybody like to smell good. Look, I hope everybody like to smell good. I don't well, I'm just going to look. I can't speak for nobody. I speak for myself. I like to smell good. And so I would be a shopper at the Fragrance Shop Memphis. You can get ready for Mother's Day and all other special gifts that are there. I hope that you are excited on tonight. I am excited on tonight because I have tonight my brother with me, one of my brothers from way back, way back. And it's amazing how God will bring you back together again in some shape or form, even though you've been distanced for a long period of time. There is no doubt that I'm getting ready to bring to you not only, if you're from Memphis, Tennessee, you got to forgive me for looking down. I'm trying to share this as much as many people as I can. I hope you are too. I hope you're sharing before I bring him in, because I want to give him his full attention, and hopefully he'll be able to help us on tonight. with some knowledge, because he is loaded with it. When I tell you he is loaded with it, this is not a, you don't find good coaches out of Cracker Jack boxes. Good coaches have to be developed. And certainly we have one here tonight who has been with a lot of great players. He's coached a lot of great players. And some of those players will attribute their success to him. But I know him a little bit different. I had somebody ask me earlier, how did I get our guest for tonight? And you have to understand a lot of history. This guy and I played football together when we were kids. I'm talking about in the old Parkway Village Football League. So you had to be from Memphis from that to understand that. And then we progressed on to playing high school ball together at the one and only Kirby High School. I hope my Kirby folks on here tonight. I don't know. I'm not looking in the chat yet. Hey, LCIC. I'm looking at Buddha. Okay, I appreciate you, Buddha. I see you shared it. We played high school together right here in Memphis, Tennessee at Kirby. I graduated high school before he did, but he went on to gain a scholarship and play at BYU. He played at BYU. He was a great high school player. He went on to play college, and then after that, he became a coach. And he coached that, and I'll let him tell you about it because I don't want to call out any wrong names or anything. I know where he is now, and I know where he was before, but I'll let you in, let him speak for himself. And just give me just a couple. So I got so many groups I need to share this with. Forgive me, everybody, for looking down because this is highly raggedy. But I'm trying my best to do it real quick. Thank you, Buddha. You probably already. Hey, I can see some Kirby folks on here, Coach. I'm finna bring you in. We got Kirby in the house. They miss you. They see. I see some East Haven, Thistlewood people. Look. Yeah, here we go. Podbean, where you at? I see you. Hey, Bumblebee. Hey, Miss Ty, I see you. All right, I'm happy about it. Look, I'm excited tonight to bring in my brother as he comes in now, and there he is. There he is. Look, there she is, Angelique Dennis, Coach Simmons. Angelique on this
man. How's it going?
There she is. That's my man. Listen, welcome, Coach Dennis Simmons, the wide receiver coach for the University of Oklahoma Sooners. My goodness, and he's been there. Hey, what's up? What's up, Greg? I see you, man. Everybody's coming in slowly but surely. Listen, he's been there. If I'm not mistaken, Coach, you have been there since 2016. Am I right?
Yes.
2016. So if you're a college football fan, and I just told you that Coach Simmons has been with the University of Oklahoma as a wide receivers coach since 2016. If you're a football fan, you ought to be thinking right now of some of the people that he has coached just at the University of Oklahoma. But prior to that, Coach, come on, tell me, where were you at coaching?
Oh, man, my journey. I started off at BYU as a graduate assistant, and from there, I went to Cornell University in Ithaca, New York. I was there for, I think, 2 seasons. I did an internship with the Buffalo Bills. Then from there, I moved on to Texas Tech. Was there for 9 years. From there, I went to East Carolina. And
wow.
From Carolina, I went to Washington State. And from Washington State, I'm here now in Norman, Oklahoma at the University of Oklahoma.
Ladies and gentlemen, I told you, you do not find coaches out of Cracker Jack boxes. We're talking about a real deal coach, a coach that, let me tell you something strange about him, what I found out. Because if you know Dennis, I'm sorry, Coach Simmons, I'm going to be respectful.
Oh, man, we family, man.
Come on, man. Look, we teammates and all that. I'm just going to call you like, I'm just, okay. If you know Coach, hey, Larry Gregory's there, Coach. I don't know if you've seen these comments, but you got a lot of Kirby people who hadn't seen you in a while. There you go. That Larry Gregory.
Minister Gregory,
Yes,
Pastor
sir.
Gregory.
Pastor Gregory. There he is. What's
Yeah.
going on? Look, but Dennis, man, is so humble that you know. I'm just gonna tell you now, Coach. Just go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong. You know, usually when you try to look up, there go Tiffany Smith, man. Look, all this ain't no but a Kirby reunion coming up. This all
Hey
it is.
man, they raised me.
Yeah, they ready. Here we go. Here they all they I told them you was coming, and there you are. So they all showing up, man. This gonna be love here. So when you look up a coach like Coach Simmons, you usually can find a lot of stuff on him. But here's the funny thing about Coach Simmons, y'all. Coach Simmons ain't, correct me, Coach, but do you have a Wikipedia page? I mean, Coach, come on now.
I hope not.
You just ran off an impressive resume. But we can't, I mean, he's so humble, he don't even have a Wikipedia page. And this man is flat out loaded. You don't even have a Wikipedia page. Why? Why, Coach?
I got to keep working hard.
See what I'm saying? That's that Memphis dog in him. I told you. Here you go. See what I'm saying? When you talk about the places where you've been, the part that you guys are probably interested in, other than hearing his coaching resume, is some of the people, some of the great players that he has coached, and some of these names that he's going to probably run off to you. We're talking about guys who were in the Heisman Trophy finalists. We're talking about All-Americans, unanimous All-Americans, consensus All-Americans. They learned under this guy. Coach, I looked you up last night in my little study, and I found something that was awesome that was written about you in 2018. They called you the secret weapon of Oklahoma football. Now, that just blew my mind because we all know who your head coach is, Coach Riley. And when you start talking about the Stoops family and all that kind of stuff, but they called you the secret weapon of the University of Oklahoma. I thought that was just flat out awesome. And there's a reason why. Just give some of the listeners here some of the, if you want to say, I know you're going to say all you guys are superstars, but I know that's the coaching thing to say. I get that, but just give us from Texas Tech. I mean, from your back in the day, give us some of the names, and some of these names are going to be familiar. Give us some of these names that everybody knows by now.
Okay, names that everybody knows. Obviously, Michael Crabtree would be one of them.
Yeah,
he's definitely going to be a first ballot college football Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
First two-time Biletnikoff Award winner.
Yeah.
I
help you.
You know,
Dede
Westbrook. Yeah, he was actually Dede. Our journey together and working with him was the one that took me to the Heisman. I had a chance to go to the Heisman ceremony, and that was kind of a surreal, cool deal to do. You know, especially having played the sport, and you always watch it on television. To actually be sitting in the room, and you were like this when I was actually sitting right next to one of the more famous Dallas Cowboy players. One of my idols as I was growing up. So I was elbowing my wife, like, "Babe, do you know who we're sitting right next to?" She leaned over. She was like, "No." I'm like, "That's Tony Dorsett right there." Which, I mean, he was a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Nice guy. But yeah, that was a really cool thing to do. And then, obviously, being able to go back to back with first round draft picks these last couple of years with Ceedee Lamb and Marquise Brown has been one of the more exciting things that has happened in my career.
Wow. So for those that do not know, when he said Marquise Brown, most of you guys know him as Hollywood Brown. Hollywood. Did you make him Hollywood, Coach?
No.
You didn't make him Hollywood.
No.
Okay.
It's funny too because like he is from Hollywood, Florida.
Uh-huh.
So one it was before the Oklahoma State game. He came and he was like, "Hey, coach, I want to wear my grill. I want to represent." I'm like, "What?" So he puts his grill in his mouth and he looks at me and smiles. He's like, "Do you care?" And I'm like, "Bro, if that's gonna help you play better, I mean, do you?"
That's awesome.
I got big. We all got bigger issues to worry about than you got a gold plated deal in your mouth. I was like, I probably personally couldn't pull it off and wouldn't do it, but hey, if
No.
that's what you want to do you? And that dude went out and he
Balled out.
had like 280 some yards that game, and the actual the guy that was announcing the game started calling him Hollywood Brown
Yeah.
in the third quarter, and it stuck with him. He was actually Jet when he first got here because he's a pretty fast kid, so
Yeah.
his Twitter handle and all of that stuff was Jet, and Jet
Wow.
Jet quickly landed, and Hollywood took over, and it's been Hollywood since.
Wow. And for those that do not know, when the coach just brought out the Bolitnikoff Award, the Bolitnikoff Award is given to the best wide receiver in college football. And Coach Simmons is one of only two coaches walking God's green earth that has coached two Bolitnikoff winners. And that's so out of all the coaches in football, this man that you're looking at on your screen is one of only two that has coached two Bolitnikoff winners. He's responsible. He just called out Marquise Brown and Ceedee. He called off Michael Crabtree. And these guys were all Americans. And this is the guy that coached them. So I believe, family, those that are listening on Podbean and everything else, I believe it's safe to say that this man knows what he is doing. I mean, I think we are safe in saying that Coach Dennis Simmons knows football, knows how to get the best out of a wide receiver. He knows what he's doing. But not only that, Coach Simmons is loved by the whole team. When you say Oklahoma, of course, we started talking about Baker Mayfield. We're talking about Kyler Murray, two Heisman Trophy winners. We're talking about Jalen Hurts, guys who I'm quite sure have had some influence on as well. So we're talking about a guy that I'm looking at now that is, serious business. And so we're blessed tonight to have such a coach here, and we're not going to keep him long. We want to get him back to his family and all that. We're just happy that he decided to hang with us. But, Coach, I got to tell you that my show is basically, yeah. My show is basically dedicated to my team. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, and we all know who number 88 is with the Dallas Cowboys. And so I think it was well. First, before we talk about CD, talk about OU this year that's coming up. We may have some Oklahoma fans on here. Are y'all ready? Is it back to the BCS but national championship game? Y'all get closer every year. So
Oh,
what's going on?
and if you don't make it and you don't win one here pretty soon, Sooner Nation is not happy. So no, we feel pretty good about the guys that we have returning. Our core, the environment and the foundation in this program, man, is phenomenal, and the people here are great, and our kids are really dedicated to their craft. So we feel really good about the upcoming season. To be able to do what we did in a year like this past year was difficult, but it was something that our kids handled like champs. We had a couple of hiccups in the road, but with all of the distractions and everything, to see these young men handle things the way that they did, I mean, it gives you, I guess I'm getting a part of that older generation where you look back and you're like, I wonder what the younger generation is going to do. I mean, it gives you a reassuring feeling that this world is in a better place.
No question about it. And I'm quite sure, since it seems like every year you producing at least one All-American. I mean, that's what your track record showing. So I mean, you sending first round draft picks, it seemed like every year from the wide receiving core, you got another one. I know you got some. Hey, Kendra Cooper, look at Dennis. Look, Kendra Cooper. I told you it's a Kirby reunion, man. Uh, do you? I know you have some kid that's about ready to make their next step to the league probably after this year. I'm quite sure you
Yeah,
do.
you know, I'll be honest with you, man. I try to encourage them just keep their head down and focus and grind. And then at the end of the year, we'll see where the chips fall.
Yeah.
We got some guys here that you know have the potential to be really elite. Uh, but I mean, both them and myself still have a lot of hard work to do to get them to that point.
Oh yeah.
But I do believe that they're dedicated in doing it, and if they're dedicated, if they're gonna walk, I'm gonna run for them. So I do believe that we'll have some more guys that'll come through here where they'll get a chance to experience the draft day experience and get a chance to fulfill their dreams and playing, put on some cities jersey and represent themselves.
I hear you, and I really believe that it's also safe to say that uh, it seems like to me that Oklahoma is a pipeline as far as a wide receiver goes, straight to the NFL. You guys are producing, legitimate Pro Bowl type receivers, difference makers. So again, I like to compliment you on what you do without getting into no type of scheme and all that kind of stuff. Because I can talk ball, but I can just say you're doing obviously a great job, and that's where you're at. And before we move to Ceedee, let me say this. Now, all Cowboy fans, I'm grateful for Coach McCarthy. Okay, I am. I was grateful because he brought experience. But y'all do remember that talk where everybody was talking about Coach Riley coming to Dallas. Y'all remember that, right? You remember they were saying the Oklahoma coach was coming to Dallas, and and I wish that would have happened because I'm being selfish. I would have been at every Dallas Cowboy game because Coach Simmons would have been a coach of the Dallas Cowboys, and I would have had some tickets every home game. I'd have been in Dallas, Texas. So I appreciate Jerry Jones, but then I can't stand Jerry Jones. So that's all I can say. He should have went out there. My boy was gonna finally make it to the league with him because Coach Riley. If you just have to check the record, Coach Riley takes Coach Simmons everywhere he goes. So I mean, it's just no question. So I'm still upset about that. I ain't wishing nothing on Coach McCarthy, but uh, I just
You're
hope
the
he
one
comes.
Thornton would have had to flip tickets because he called me
Uh-huh.
several times during that week and was like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm working." And he's like, "Why aren't you packing? Are you moving to Dallas?" And I want tickets the first week. I'm like, "Man, come on, bro."
Yeah, man. We look. I was gonna find you too, man. Look, don't leave your boy out. Don't leave your boy out. We got to come to Dallas, man. Look, if you would have been on the coaching staff, oh, that would have been a dream come true for me. I would have been there. But I appreciate you so much. We're not gonna hold you
One
much
day.
longer. Let's talk about CD real quick. And give me your. I mean, I know we had different quarterbacks this year. Obviously, when Dak went down, but just give me kind of an assessment of what you thought, how you thought CD's first year as a rookie went.
For a guy to not really go through mini camp and not really have a whole bunch of preseason games, he came out and don't get me wrong, CD is one of those guys that was mentally prepared to play in that league.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously having those type of pre games and practices and stuff like that, it helps anybody that's coming into the league. But for him to come out and do what he did his rookie season, not being able to do that, and my hats off to all of the other rookies that were successful this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah. How was it difficult for you guys? Let me go back. How difficult was it with this COVID world we live in? How difficult was it for you guys this year at Oklahoma?
It was a transition. I mean, as a coach or anybody dealing in sports, you're used to hands-on involvement with your players, and a lot of times, athletes and coaches all are kind of regiment, used to a routine and things like that. So it forced you to change your thought process. It forced you to change your meeting habits, your practice habits, your travel habits. There was times where you can have no more than 6 guys in a room at a time. So I mean,
Wow.
okay, how do you do your position meetings that way? So
Yeah.
then you convert to Zooms and other technology sites where you could meet on. But once again, you kind of lose that personal touch.
Yeah. The
Uh,
football brings. Yeah.
and then going out practicing. You know, our kids did basically their off season and all of our fall camp practicing with masks on.
Wow.
So I mean, you remember what fall camp was like, you know,
Rough. Hot
within
and rough,
itself.
Doc.
So I
Hot.
mean, you
Yeah.
know, to be able to be out there and do that with something covering your mouth and your nose, which is kind of two important elements when it
Yeah.
comes to breathing and keeping your body cool
Yeah.
and oxygen and things of that nature. So there was some adjustments, but once again, I mean, these guys made them,
Yeah.
and they did it and they didn't complain.
Yeah.
Then you throw in the social injustice things that were going on in the country at the time, and I think one of the things that people lose sight of, when you're watching football, and we get, what we do is a form of entertainment, but at the end of the day, these guys are people too, and a lot of what was going on in the country was affecting you know people coming from neighborhoods and walks of life like they were.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, well, yeah, we got to win games and that's important for our livelihood, but at the end of the day, our players are the most important things to us as men and as coaches. So when that whole ordeal was going down, it's like, wait a minute, let's put a pause on the football and let's coach life for a minute and get these guys understanding what's going on around them, because right now they're struggling with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And let's make sure we're all on the same pages with what's going on around us, so therefore we can help them. And
Yeah.
I think that within itself probably aided this group and aided our team more than any practice or anything that we could have done.
Man, that's real there. So it I believe that's kind of the universal thing, even in just about in every sport. I think it turned to life more than sport. Uh, when we look at the NBA and we look at, of course, college football and WNBA and even baseball and soccer, everybody participated. I think for that little moment in time, I think that obviously, at least the sports world kind of locked arms together for that moment, and the sport actually became secondary. Is one of the few times that it had happened like that. I'm just glad, man, that you was able to stay healthy. You look like you all right. I know it was difficult. I can just imagine how, when you messed me up when you said that y'all only had maybe about 6 people in there, and I'm saying like, man, how can y'all watch film,
It got
properly?
challenging. It got
Yeah, I'm
challenging.
saying properly. I mean, we used to sit there, watch film together and get chewed out and all that kind of stuff. But 6 people in a room, that's kind of tough, man.
Yeah, and you got to be socially distanced. So I mean, you
Yeah,
got a huge room with 6 people in it, and it's like, guys over here, guys over there. It's like, man,
yeah,
lock in.
yeah, man. Well, let me get back to CD. I ain't gonna hold you too much longer, man. I sure appreciate you hanging with your boy. Uh, let me get into a little scheme wise, I guess. Let me get to a little bit because CD better than probably most. Uh, well, I'm quite sure you know him almost better than some of the Cowboy coaches do. Uh, I believe. I mean, that's obvious. How long CD stay with you? 3 years or two?
3 years.
3 years, yeah.
I
So
started
you,
recruiting CD his sophomore year of high school, but
oh
he was
man,
there for 3 years.
oh man. So I already mean, so you do know him better than Cowboys. Here goes Reggie Glaspie, man. There Reggie is Kirby in the house, man. There you go.
Hey man, that's your legacy right there.
Yeah, man. It's all it's a family reunion. So let me ask you this about CD, because just from the naked eye of watching, and I'm not trying to put you in the spot. I'm just gonna go with just what I see with CD, and of course you correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he can do it all. That's just me.
Yeah,
That's first thing.
yeah.
I know that.
And I think what you're saying with do it all is, are you saying play both outside, slot?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. He,
man, we know that. But let me just ask you this. I think I know what you're gonna say, but is he more dangerous from the slot or from the outside? I mean, he's dangerous anyway, but is he more dangerous on slot? Because what I noticed when he played this year, there was a lot of third cornerbacks on him. Being, considering everybody was in a nickel or a dime, the number one corner usually didn't jump on him because they had to deal with Amari Cooper on the outside. Usually the coverage kind of rolled his way. But when you put him in the slot, it just seemed to me that he's, at least as of this year, and I don't know if that's because he was just more comfortable there or he knew that was his role. But you being his coach for a long period of time, is he more dangerous in the slot than outside?
well, I mean, you got to look at what the Cowboys have personnel wise, and I think they want to maximize their 3 to 4 best wide receivers on the field at a time. So, I mean, do I think he could go out on the outside and create havoc for a defense? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten 2.5 to 3 good years to look at that and be able to prove that with film. Uh, but he's one of those kids that, and I shouldn't call him a kid because he's a young man, but he's one of those young men that understands, okay, the culture of that team,
Mm-hmm.
the culture and what they have of the offense.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pencil myself in to enhance it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think to answer that question, it's kind of not answering your question. I think he understands where you know
His
what
role.
what best fits the team right now,
Mm-hmm.
what best fits the organization, and he's going to do everything he can because CD is about winning,
Mm-hmm.
and if it meant him play tackle,
Mm-hmm.
he'll line up in there and try to go play tackle. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I think he could be successful in both areas.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine, after, and I don't get a chance to watch a whole bunch of NFL games because
Y'all
those are,
working.
yeah, we're finishing out the last game and preparing for our upcoming opponent. So, I get to see bits and pieces. Actually, my wife and my son record all of what he and Marquise does, and I
Yeah.
watch it with my kid when I get home. You know, he's the biggest Ceedee Lamb fan in the world.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
I do think that when the time presents itself, he's going to be able to showcase that, I can't go outside and be, the NFL likes the terminology, your number one or your number two guy.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. One of the knocks on him, or one of the question marks that have always been on him, at least coming into the league, was his weight. Have you encouraged him to gain a little bit more, or do you don't think it's necessary?
I never do that with my players here. Uh, and honestly, he and I never really had that conversation. CD came in, he was 170 some. He played his freshman year, probably around 176 to 178. Played his sophomore year, closer to 180, 190. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and played his junior year around 190, 195.
Okay.
I'm always, I've
He just
always
don't look it, but he's that big though.
Yeah, I mean, he
Yeah.
is. He's a well put together kid.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been one of those guys is, you know, not necessarily focused on how much you weigh,
Mm-hmm.
but how strong you are and
Yeah.
how strong you play.
Mm-hmm.
And when you watch him play, there's not very many DBs getting off his blocks.
No.
Not very many people bringing him down. The
Mm-hmm.
first guy trying to tackle him.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it was like get stronger,
Mm-hmm.
more so than gain weight.
What about that kind of go back, because when I started thinking about some of your guys that you've had in college, they all kind of, they're not the typical, possession type receiver. They're real shifty. They're real, get out the breaks real easy. And I mean, just leave people in the dust. Is that the kind of receiver that you want at Oklahoma, or is that what Coach Riley is looking for? When you're recruiting, I know you're trying to fit everything to go to Coach Riley's system, but is there a prototype that you like per
Because
se?
Link is one of those guys is that he's not going to try to fit the pieces to the puzzle in the system. He's going to adjust the system to what the pieces are
Okay.
on the table.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, like my philosophy on receivers, it really stems back from Cecil Dow at Kirk.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I want athletes. I want basketball players.
Yeah,
I
there you
want
go.
guys that can cross somebody up, make them miss in the phone booth.
Yeah.
So when I'm evaluating, I could really care less about how tall you are, how much you weigh. If your film shows that you could play
You can
and,
play.
and you could be a difference maker, then that's what I go off of.
Mm-hmm.
I really, I don't look at the stars to see what they rank and who else is offered them. I'm just looking to see, okay, can this guy play? And then once the film shows that he can play, then I want to get to know that kid.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get to know, hey, am I going to be somebody that can help him, can motivate him? Is he's going to be someone that you know I want to be around, that I want to bring into the culture of the room, that
Mm-hmm.
I want my kid around.
Yeah.
Am I gonna be a fit for him?
Yeah.
Because it's like not everybody works well together.
That's true.
So, you know, my recruiting philosophy and process is getting to know the guys that I work with, and
Gotcha.
are they good people?
Gotcha.
It's
Gotcha.
not. I'm not gonna be out hanging out with 20
Yeah.
year olds, but I'm like, okay, if I was 20, would I want to hang out with this guy, and would I want him to be on my team?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And there's been some guys that have been very talented that fit that bill that we recruited, and there's been some guys that have been very talented that didn't fit that bill. That just hey, I don't think he's a good person that we
Yeah.
did recruit.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome, man. So in other words, character counts, and the standard cannot be broken. That whatever it is that you said, that's why you one of the best wide receiver coaches in the game. No doubt about
I'm
it.
still working, dude. I'm
Now,
still
I
working.
know you. I look your track record. Like I told you, for those that are catching on, this man ain't even got a Wikipedia page. That
I gotta
don't
keep
even make no
working.
sense. When you have a resume like this man has, the least you could do is put it out there so people can see. Which leads to this question, and I'll come back to CD. We talked yesterday. For those, we talked. When you're this good as you are, and you are good, I brag on you myself. When you're this good, why aren't you in the NFL?
I think that's a choice you got to make here in the league. You know, my kid ain't coming out to practice if you do well in school and watching it in practice.
Mm,
Not coming up to the facility and running around and things of that nature. I'm at a place right now where I invest a lot of time away from the home with work.
yes.
But I'm at a place right now where my wife could travel to every world game that she wants to go to, and my kid is a fixture in our office. Pre-COVID,
Mm-hmm.
and he's getting a chance to know the players are getting a chance to know him. I mean, it's truly, you know, it's work, but it's been a working environment where everybody's included and is a part of it. And to me, that's important. In the NFL, you don't really have that. It's more of a business oriented atmosphere where that's just not a part of the day to day operation. So I mean, I have a 6-year-old son and an 11-year-old daughter. I mean, right now it's more important to me that
You be
they,
there.
yeah, that
Yeah.
yeah, they know dad works, but yet they can still be around and be a part of
Yeah.
of it as well.
They know dad coming home. That's
Yeah.
matter. Bottom line, they know dad as soon as they gonna open up their door. That's flat out awesome. I ain't gonna hold you on one last thing. Let me ask you two more, and then I'll let you go. Number one, I think CD had a great year. Myself, um, considering the fact that he had Andy Dalton and Ben DiNucci as the quarterback, and he still put up almost 1,000 yards in a limited time, no training camp, not a lot of practice, still learning the system from Kellen Moore, and still put up those type of numbers. So anything can happen, but projecting wise, I'm quite sure you probably feel the same way I do that, with Dak coming back, hopefully, I'm quite sure that we talking about what everybody kind of predicted for the Cowboys before Dak got hurt. Everybody was saying that the Cowboys probably would have 3 1,000-yard receivers. And considering the fact that I think that, Cooper did get over 1,000. CD was right there, and Gallup, I think, had about 800 and something odd. I think it's safe to say that I know you expecting big things from CD next year. No question about that. I know you
Yeah.
are.
And then and talking to him as often as I do, he's probably more irritated, not just with the on the passes that he didn't catch,
Yeah,
because there was, okay, this one's a little behind me, but I can
yeah,
still make this play. Or
yeah,
there was one particular that I can remember him talking to me about, was in the end zone. It was a jump ball, and he pulled the ball into his chest, but he pulled it into the defender's hand. He was like, I should have, as I grabbed it, I should have pulled it back. That way I could have secured the catch. So, I mean, he's more focused on, okay, how do I correct the ones that I didn't get?
yeah,
And, learning more of the system, and understanding, okay, I know where I fit in this piece of the puzzle, but how does it complement the guy to the left of me, the guy to the right of me, and what are they doing on the backside? I mean, so do I anticipate him, superseding his yards? Yeah. But one of the things, and having him here and going through all seasons with him, that's something that I know he's thinking about, and that's where I know he's in the film room looking at, and I know he's in the film room looking at. Okay, well, they had this corner on me last year, and
mhm,
he studied that guy during the week. Now he's probably starting this process of going through and evaluating and studying all of the other guys on there in case they do put him on the outside or they move him somewhere else, and he got somebody a different guy to face him.
am I okay to ask you this? You don't have to answer this, but are you still coaching him? I mean, I'm just
No,
saying.
I would say I'm still coaching him, but I mean, he and I talk quite often, and
Yeah,
we got that type of relationship where he knows if he calls, if hey, do you think this was this? I'm gonna give him my opinion now.
yeah,
We've been around each other and we understand each other enough that sometimes he might not agree with my opinion. I like my opinion, but he knows if I'm
yeah,
asking, I'm putting
yeah,
myself out there to get it, and it's the same thing with him. I mean,
yeah,
you know, we played a couple of games this year, and I called him like, "Hey, bro, what am I doing wrong with these guys? Why can't I get him to do this?" So I mean, we have that type of relationship. But I mean, I do that, with not just CD, but I do that with Marquise. I do it with Crab. I do it with DD. I mean,
yeah.
like I said, in the recruiting process, you developing relationships. Those relationships are things that I
Like,
want to have for life.
yeah,
I was at Crab's wedding. So
yeah,
I mean, and I anticipate being at all the other guys when they decide to get married and
yeah.
and have kids and all that thing. I mean, it's a connection, it's a bond that will last, and friendships that will last forever.
Man, awesome. Well, Coach, I told you, man, I wasn't gonna be hard on you tonight. The next time you come, we're gonna go ahead and get some real scheme talk, real football stuff, so you can
All right, man. Well,
help the
since you was
viewers out.
nice on me tonight, go ahead and hit me with one. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Look, I'm trying to be nice. I don't want to ask you one, and then all of a sudden you get a little shaking and say, "I ain't coming back to this show no more." So
No,
I
I
don't.
got you. I got you, man. We family. I got you.
Well, I tell you what. I saw this, and and this is not a hard one. Correct me again if I'm wrong. But it seemed to me that CD's strength is really on showcase from the line of scrimmage to maybe about the first 7 yards off the ball. I'm not saying he's not dominant on the outside and he can't go get it. It's just that's I mean, CD to me is sudden. You know what I'm saying? He's sudden, and I don't think nobody can get a real good hard jam on him. You just break me down here. I think that when he line up in that slot and shake somebody and get open for a little 4-5 yard slant, because it seemed to me that he's just most dangerous is with his yak. With his yard after the catch, rather than going, down the seam, because he's gonna outrun everybody going down the seam. I see that, but it just seems like he's just so dangerous from 0 to 7 yards. Am I right about that, or I mean, I know he can do it all, but am I right about that? Hey, striving to perfection. I see you. Hey, Tommy, Coach, you got a Texas Longhorn fan on here, so let's hold tight. I know. So we got OU and Texas.
I don't have nothing against those guys. I cheer for them all but one game a year.
I hear you. Well, help me out on that, Coach. Is he most dangerous to? I mean, you done seen it all in practice. Is he most dangerous from the line of scrimmage to maybe about those first 5 to 6, 7 yards? Is he most dangerous like that?
He got a release game that is
off the chart. I mean, for real.
But I mean, think about it. That's a point guard for you right there.
Yeah.
You try to front him up, all he's gonna do is cross you over, and he's reading your leverage. So he's reading whether that guy's balance stands, whether his weight's on his toes, on his heels, and then he's just attacking him. And you're right, he does have elite suddenness where he can get in and out of cuts, and he's got so much balance and body control in his hips and mobility where he's got power. He could explode off of each foot, whether it's right or the left. So it does make it hard. If you're going to stand in front of him and try to cover him, it does make it hard for him. So, I mean, he's going to set you up and he's going to cross you up,
Man, that's what I saw out of him. And it just made me just like, okay, let's put him in these positions. Let me ask you this. To you, is he more dangerous going down the seam or is he more dangerous catching a bubble screen?
Well, I mean, it just depends on what the coverage is.
Yeah.
I kind of like his. I was never afraid to throw him a bubble screen pass out there because I knew the first guy wasn't tackling him.
Yeah.
And you get him out in space. I knew that he was gonna.
He's gonna take care of you.
He was gonna. Our odds were pretty good.
Yeah. That's just awesome. That's what I see him as. It's almost kind of like same thing when they line him out there on punt return. The first man never brought him down, and I think that's what make him so dang. He's so good, running after the catch. That I think that's one of his better traits. He can run just about every route in the route tree. I already know that. I know you taught him that. Am I right about that? I know I'm right.
Yeah, he can run every route in the route tree. That's without a question.
Coach, I believe
the thing that I knew, like the Cowboys have full confidence and trust in him. When they put him back there to be their punt returner, the rookie,
yeah,
beginning of the season, and you knew that. I mean, because that's
risking a lot of injury.
Yeah. And that's risking a lot of opportunities because how many games you see change that guy don't catch the ball?
Exactly.
You're asking a rookie to do this.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of the season, it don't happen very often.
Yeah, man, you're absolutely right. I'm listening at you, Coach, and I think if I was to put a bow on this in the conclusion, I would say that really, and I believe because you've known him so long, it's almost like you saying, hey, he was a rookie. He tried to, fit in, being a nice, humble guy, being a team player. But it was almost like doing that. That's really not his personality. it's like this dude can take over and really lead a team. So it's almost like you saying and you ain't said it, I'm saying it. It's almost like you saying, hey, he can take over and really be a leader on this team. He just had to kind of like feel his way around, see where everything is, and you probably thinking he's gonna go ahead and take that jump next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do, and I think he learned a lot from this year. Uh,
Uh-huh.
and like I said, he'll go back and you know, he'll his craft is something he takes serious. He'll go back and he'll evaluate all of those things and improve from it.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, Coach, I love you, brother. We go way back, man. I ain't gonna hold you. I told you how long I gonna keep you. You probably want to sit and talk with me for long, but I'm through with you. I told you I'm gonna be obedient. I'm gonna let you go and enjoy your family. Hey, and I really, 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 really want to thank you, man. I thank you. You didn't have to do this, but you did. I know you have plenty of other things to do. And I appreciate you taking the time out for little old me. And I appreciate you so, so much. You made my show, you bringing me credibility. So this is big, and I hope that you consider coming back again. I'm not going to
Sure.
bother you during the season and all that kind of stuff. I'll wait till maybe sometime, maybe before season start or wait until after the season, and we'll talk again. And hopefully we'll get that chance real soon. But I appreciate you. I'm gonna call you anyway because everybody from Kirby look like they was happy to see you. I'm gonna be texting you and everything else anyway. So I appreciate you.
I love my alma mater, bro. With that,
Oh man, but we love you too. Kirby, of course, is standing strong for you, and we just glad to see one of our own make it. And without a doubt, Coach Dennis Simmons, there's nothing new. He already has made it, and he just continuing this tremendous resume that he has built for himself. And I guess in part, and Coach, let me just go and tell you something, man. Stop hiding. Go on, get your Wikipedia page so everybody can see what a great coach you are, man. I mean, you got a resume, man. I mean,
man,
good
I just
Lord.
go to work every day. I'll let you guys do all the
Man, look.
evaluation
Y'all
and
got them people in Oklahoma that can do that stuff, man. Tell them folks to go to work. You know what I'm telling you? Tell them to go to work. They look, you got a track record, man. You have produced some great solid NFL receivers. I mean, Marquise was just in the playoffs last week. Crabtree speaks for himself. My goodness, we expecting big things out of CD. A long career. I pray to God that he has a long, healthy career. But he's doing his James Malone, man. Look at that. Say congratulations, coach. Here comes Kirby from everywhere, man. So we're just grateful, man, that you one of our own have made it. A lot of us have grew up with Coach Simmons, man, since we were kids. And so, it's just a blessing to see how he's become a great man, has a great family, has a great career. And it's just wonderful to know you, man. I appreciate you so much for hanging with me, man. Thank you
man,
so much.
thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me. And whenever you need me, just hit me up.
I will, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All right,
Thank
bro.
you, Coach.
All right.
All right. All right, y'all. How about it? How about it? How about it? Coach, all you gotta do is get out of there. That's all you gotta do is get out of there. I can't get you out of there. There you go. All right, y'all. Hey, the big time show. Hey, hey, hey. I'm sorry. I saw a lot of y'all comments, but when Coach got to start talking, I let him, go ahead and talk and everything else, and we just kind of tag team off. I saw some of these comments. Tommy, I saw your comment. I put it up there where he was talking. He said, "What about that pass he dropped that could have put us in a position to win it?" What's up, Damani? What's up? What's up, Damani? What's up, Kevin? What's going on? Bro, Phipps, I see you. Hey, Pie Bean, I'm crossing over. Hey, hello to, oh my goodness, Chantel. I don't know if some of these people are here. Certified Cowboy. I can't see this. ET, whatever. The good, bad, and the ugly truth. My partner is here. What's going on? How y'all like it? How y'all like the interview? How we do? Uh, our coach do, man. I appreciate him. He didn't have to do this. I mean, when I first called him tonight, before we came on, he was taking calls right then and there because recruiting. He was recruiting. Recruits were calling, or he was calling recruits, one or the other. So we all know that college football doesn't end after the bowl season. He's trying to find the next Ceedee Lamb and the next Marquise Brown. All of these guys, and he, like I said, Oklahoma, man. Once you start looking at the team, whatever position, they are becoming a pipeline straight to the NFL. And Coach Simmons is a part of all the young men's lives. I mean, I don't have to say nothing about the quarterbacks. I mean, Baker Mayfield, Heisman Trophy winner, number one pick in the draft. Kyler Murray, Heisman Trophy winner, number one pick in the draft. Jalen Hurts, that got there and was, arguably could have won the Heisman that year. Mark Andrews, some of y'all guys know that, the tight end for the Baltimore Ravens. That's where he come from, the Oklahoma Sooners. And when we start talking about the wide receivers, as you heard, we ain't got to the linemen and all that kind of stuff. So Oklahoma sends a lot of guys to the league, man. And Coach Simmons is a gigantic piece of the reason why that is going on. So I appreciate that. Hey, I got friends, y'all. I got some friends, and I think Hank Williams Jr. sung a song, said he got friends in low places. Well, I got some friends in high places. Come on, help me here. I'm happy about that. And so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I didn't want to go too far because, we started talking, we've talked, but I didn't want to bring that because I don't want to, when you have somebody like that on, on your show, realizing that this video could be shown anywhere. And if you say the wrong thing, you can get in trouble. And I was not going to put him in a position to where he had to, be in, get in any kind of trouble or something that would be questionable, that may cause some controversy. So I was very careful on some of my questions. I kind of let him talk and kind of fed off him. And I think we turned out pretty good. You got to look, especially if you consider this guy one of your friends and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes you got to protect him. So I was asking stuff in general. Now, when I get on the phone with him, however, we're going to go ahead and chop it up for real and start saying some other stuff. But I couldn't do him like that on camera because I don't want to get him in any kind of trouble. When you get a guy that's making, let's just be honest, he's making a good living being at Oklahoma. He's getting paid a nice salary there at Oklahoma. You don't want to ruin nothing for him, man. You don't want to do anything for to damage. And you don't want. I mean, you don't even want to do that. So forgive me if I didn't ask the real hard questions, but you have to be responsible for your guests. So I tried to do that. I appreciate. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Listen, that interview was brought to you from our sponsor, from our new sponsor. Who this is our first show with a sponsor, the Fragrance Shop Memphis. The Fragrance Shop Memphis, where they specialize in authentic designer fragrances such as Tom Ford, Bond Number 9, Creed, and all other exclusive brands. Whatever you need, the Fragrance Shop has it. The Fragrance Shop Memphis has it for you, as well as many other brands. They have fragrance for both men and women and are priced much lower than retail. So the big prices that they may have there in the store, it's a good chance that you're going to get a better price with the Fragrance Shop. We also have fragrances that you will find at your local department stores, even those that are hard to find, and exclusive fragrances. This is a good time for you to think about getting some good cologne and good perfume for your loved ones or your friends. This is a good time to do it, considering that Valentine's Day is coming up. Mother's Day is right around the corner, whether you know it or not, or it just may be a good birthday gift or anything like that, or just because gift. I promise you, the Fragrance Shop Memphis will help you in those needs. Go to that page. It's your Facebook page, the Fragrance Shop Memphis. That's all you got to do is go there. Fragrance Shop Memphis at gmail.com is the email. If you go to that page, they will be able to handle everything for you from that point. Remember that. Go to that. If you're out of town, that is no problem. Those of you that are looking on, listening on Podbean, if you're listening on here on YouTube or Facebook or Periscope, it makes no difference where you are. You don't have to be local. The Fragrance Shop can help you with your needs as far as cologne and perfume goes. They can help you right now. All you need to do is go to the Fragrance Shop Memphis, the Facebook page. What a great interview for me. I like that. Hey, what's going on? What is the address? Thank you, Striving for Perfection. I hope you enjoyed it. Bro Phipps, go to when you get off from here, just go to the Fragrance Shop page, the Fragrance Shop Memphis page, the Fragrance Shop Memphis page, Facebook page, and there you can get in touch with those people there. Forgive me for not knowing the address. I don't want to call it off wrong at all. So just go to that, and I promise you'll be able to be helped. He's my frat brother, so I know he's gonna take care of you. He's my frat brother, so if I'm sending you to him, please understand it's good as gold. If you're out of town, like I said, all you have to do is go to the Fragrance Shop Memphis on your Facebook, search for it, and they will be able to take care of you from there. Listen, this has been a great, great night. I'm not through, because I promise y'all I got about another 15, 20 minutes. This is what I want to tell y'all. Okay? I got the coach out the way. Let me tell y'all what I want to talk about real quick. About the Cowboys. Well, not about the Cowboys. Well, let me change that back. I'll talk about the Cowboys. Exactly. Striving for perfection, yes. Man, you just said something there. I'm assuming you're talking about Coach Simmons striving to perfection. Yeah, you know, I don't want to turn it into a racial thing, but when you get a guy like that that's in that type of position where he is valued, let me say something. I'm telling y'all something. When a person is valued like he is, I'll let you in on one of our conversations from last night. If Lincoln Riley would have taken the Cowboy job, Coach Simmons would have been on the staff of the Dallas Cowboys. When Lincoln Riley first got hired at Oklahoma, the very first hire that he did was Coach Simmons. That's how much value. Before he got a defensive coordinator, before he got another whatever position coach, the very first coach that he hired immediately was Coach Simmons. So this man has value. And when you got that type of value, and like you said, striving to perfection, when you got to take care of your own. You understand what I'm saying? You got to take care of everybody, but you don't want to be the cause. At least I don't want to be the cause of him having Coach Riley or the AD, the AD at the school saying, "Hey, let me play this for you," and there's me there, and I asked a question, and he gave a controversial answer, and then he got to get scolded, and a lot of people lost jobs for saying the wrong things. I mean, come on now. So you got to protect your own. You got to protect people that you care about. So that's what I was trying to do there. When I call him on the phone, please understand. When I call him on the phone, we're gonna chop it up for real. I'm gonna say to him on the phone what I really wanted to say here, but I couldn't. Oh, it's coming, and he know it's coming. That's why he said, "Man, come on, ask me a hard one." That's why he said that, because he know I'm being nice. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know at the Big Time Show I don't hide nothing. but I'm doing it now, which leads to what I want to talk about. Here's what I want to talk about. Did y'all see that meme that put out that showed Tom Brady say he been to one NFC championship game? Then they put the Cowboys under there and said they ain't been in 25 years. And then they said something else and say the Cowboys hadn't done this. And Dak Prescott saw that and he tagged Ezekiel Elliott and told Ezekiel, man, hold my crutches. In other words, he got upset about it. I was like, okay, you mad, okay. Do something. I mean, whoo, Lord have mercy. Look, it took that to get you mad. I mean, come on. I've been suffering. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still on this tip. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. Look, if you're not mad, if that's what it took to get you all riled up, Dak, I love you, brother. But man, come on, man. Come on. Show me. Hold your don't hold. Keep your crutches till you get right. When you get right, then we talking about keep your crutches. We need you. Look, we need you, Dak. I don't care nothing about what they saying. It's the truth. Brady done went to the NFC Championship game, and the Cowboys had been in the last 25, 26 years. It's the truth. Deal with it. Get ticked off, but get ticked off at the right time. It ain't time yet, Dak. Okay? I don't care nothing about him yet. Yeah, man. That's right, Kim. Man, for just what I mean, like, Brady did. Brady ain't been but Tampa Bay for 1 year. Already. Look, Tampa Bay ain't won nothing but one time. And all the other years is horrible. One man show up. And look where they at now. They got a good chance. I ain't picking them to win Sunday, but they got a good chance. Tom Brady is one that you just can't just bet against. I mean, how many years do we, hey, man, almost 50 years old, 40, whatever he is, 43. The defense was out. Tommy, you absolutely, the defense that they played on Saturday or Sunday, whatever they played, they were flat out dominant. Tampa is a well-run team, but it does make a difference, Tommy. It does make a difference when you got a general on the field. If you are listening, Tommy say Brady is a fake goat. Tommy, I don't know, Tommy. Let me put it this way: if he the fake goat, it ain't too many names you can call out now. That I'm just saying now, when we start talking about greatest quarterbacks of all time, you just can't judge it by rings. I give it that. But it's not too many that was better, Tommy. I mean, the resume speaks for itself. Joe, a definite argument could be made, Tommy. I'm not even going to come against you with that. No, I believe that Montana was better than Staubach. I hate to say that. See, when we started talking about that, Tommy, to get on that greatest stuff, you got to be the best in the area that you played. And there's going to be a lot of people that say Bradshaw was, I hate to say that. A lot of people say that Bradshaw, even though we know he had a great team and defense and all that, but Montana, for the era that he played in when it was way rougher, it's just a different quarterback-driven league now. And Brady got he played in some of that, but he got a lot of, the easier rules rather than Montana did. I give you that. And so an argument could be made. That's kind of what Kobe was saying. Kobe Bryant said, Michael Jordan said, it's totally unfair to say who's the greatest because you can't put these guys against each other. Mike said, I couldn't put him, talk about Wilt Chamberlain. He said, because I didn't play against him. And Wilt was dominant in his era and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of hard, but the eye test tells you something else. Tommy said, put him in Jacksonville and see what happens. We talking about Brady or are the Jets? Well, I'm going to put it like this, Tommy. I'm going to put it like this. Tampa Bay had a top 5 defense in the league last year, but they had Jameis Winston as the quarterback, and they only won. Did they win 7 or 8 games? I think they won 7 or 8 games. Where the defense probably is a little lower ranked. Not saying they're not as potent. Adam Sandler from the Lawn was a better quarterback than Burt Reynolds, yeah. But Brady is responsible for a lot of wins. Look, we can't deny wherever he go, he's a winner. I mean, all we saw was in the Patriots, and everybody would say something about Belichick, but he's just a winner, man. You can't deny it. Thomas said his favorite is Roger. Roger ranks high up there with me too. Gronk is not Gronk though, Tommy. You know what I'm saying? Gronk ain't that Gronk no more. He's not. He's just a shell of himself. Well, actually, to be honest with you, they really got 2 great running backs, Tommy. Jones and Fournette is still good. Leonard Fournette is still good, but Jones is a home run hitter. So I mean, that all that could be attributed to it. I mean, I get what you're saying. He got a lot of weapons. When you start talking about Brown, Antonio Brown, and Mike Evans and Godwin, he's loaded. I mean, no question. He's loaded. But it would be the test would be if Jameis Winston was there, would they be in the position that they were in? I don't think so. Because Jameis would have made some mistakes. A lot of mistakes. No question about that. I don't think he would have thrown 30 interceptions like he did last year. But I don't think that Tampa would be in the position that they're in now with Jameis as quarterback. And I'm not knocking Jameis. I'm just saying he's not Brady. And Brady is much better than Jameis Winston. So Brady makes a difference, man. Coach Arian said today that the thing that changed is that he completely got out the way. He said he let Brady coach the team, and hey, look what done happened since then. They kind of running Brady's offense now. He said he just get out the way. Now, Tommy, now I've said what you just said for years, and I'm sticking with that. I see you strive to perfection. Brady gonna win the Super Bowl. I don't know, it's just Aaron Rodgers is Rodgers is just different. But I'm not betting against Brady. Tommy, you said something right there. Now you're talking. Because you had to, once you get away with the rings, now you're talking when you say Peyton. Because when we're talking about the play, the position of quarterback, and the smarts that it take, and really being a coach, Peyton Manning was an offensive coordinator by himself, changing plays every play, and always seemed to be in the right position. Dangerous, just a dangerous player. All them MVPs. A great argument could be made that Peyton Manning was better. And your eye tests kind of say that. Your eye test says that Peyton may have been better than Tom Brady on that. But I was excited about. I was laughing at Dak, because Dak had like he ticked off and all that kind of stuff. Look, I hope you come back tick off. I hope he does. I hope he does. I hope he come back with a vengeance, because I'm tired of not playing in the playoffs. I'm tired. Do y'all know that the Cowboys? Look here. Let me. Just in case y'all don't know this, I'll close. I guess I'll close. I want to talk about something else, but I'll save it for Saturday. Look. Do y'all notice that beginning of last year in the offseason when they had the NFL meetings, that the competition committee fought hard for the extra playoff spot that everybody has. That extra playoff spot that everybody had the competition committee fought hard for that. Leading the competition committee was Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. That last playoff spot usually reward an 8 to 9 win team. That's what we saw this year. And so what a lot of people came out of those meetings with was that this was the Jerry Jones rule. The new playoff spot was essentially being called the Dallas Cowboy spot. So really what they were saying is an 8-win team or a 9-win team has a pretty good possibility of making the playoffs. Now, traditionally with Jason Garrett there, we were winning at least 8 games every year. I mean, y'all know 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8. And the year that we got a real chance to win 8 games, we only won 6. My God. I mean, they made the playoff spot for us, and we still can't get in. Woo! I can't. I'm frustrated, y'all. I see you, Tom. You say, come on, let's talk. That's what I'm. Y'all forgive me. I promise you, in a couple weeks, I'll be over this stage of frustration, and I'll get to some more informative stuff and all that. Right now, y'all just let me just vent. I'm tired, y'all. They made a playoff spot for it. That's the reason why Jerry and Stephen fought so hard. Because they figured the Cowboys at least gonna win 8 games. we gonna win at least 8 games. And you know, and I know we was injured. I get it. But God, come on now. They made a playoff spot for us, and we still couldn't get in. I'm tired, y'all. I'm just y'all let me vent, man. I'm tired. I really am. I want to go to the Super. I want to go to the playoff. I want to go to the Super Bowl so bad. I mean, last time the Cowboys went to the Super Bowl, I had hair. I had a hairline. Now my hairline go all the way to the middle of my head. My hairline was all the way to the front. My beard. I was bald faced then, but when I grew a beard, it was all black. Now look at me. Now I look like a reverse Uncle Jesse off the Dukes of Hazzard. Just look at me. Just y'all look at me. I mean, come on now. I don't know. I'm old. I mean, just look at me. I was in my 20s when the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. Now I'm in my 40s now. I'm in my 40s. I mean, come on now. Look, I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. You know, I was a young guy. I was in the club. When the Cowboys won. Now I sit in the recliner at home now. I mean, come on. I mean, that's the last time we won. You know, I'd had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different surgeries since then. I'm dang near in a wheelchair almost. And the Cowboys still ain't won. I just y'all stop laughing at me over here. I know y'all laughing. Some of y'all laughing at me. I know. I'm serious. I'm tired, man. I'm tired, man. I mean, when I was young, I was playing basketball outside. Now I'm 47 years old. I play basketball on NBA 2K21. I mean, I can't pick up the ball now. I can't. Kevin said, keep hope alive. Last thing, hang tough, brother. I appreciate y'all. Y'all understand my pain, man. Now, Kevin Phillips don't understand it because he's not a Cowboy fan. Kevin Phillips is a Miami Dolphin fan, which leads to this last thing, and I'll be through. Before I get to my last thing, again, I want to thank our sponsor for the show now, the Fragrance Shop of Memphis, the Fragrance Shop Memphis, Fragrance Shop Memphis at gmail.com is the email. The Fragrance Shop, of course, specializes in all type of different fragrances. Whatever you call it, whatever you need is there. Tom Ford, Bond, Creed is all there, as well as many other brands. It's there. If they don't have it, they'll get it for you. All you got to do is just say what it is. The Fragrance Shop Memphis will be able to get it for you. You can also have these fragrances that you see at the local department store. Whatever that price is there, if you go to Macy's or whatever, I promise you that the price will be better with the Fragrance Shop in Memphis. So go to the Fragrance Shop Memphis Facebook page. The Fragrance Shop, there it is on the screen for you. If you're out of town, the Fragrance Shop Memphis, the Fragrance Shop Memphis. Find that on your Facebook page, and they will be able to take care of you from there. Last thing I want to talk about. Here it is. I told y'all this maybe about a week and a half ago, and I asked about, was it some smoke to this Deshaun Watson thing? I think I said that maybe about 2 weeks ago. Well, look where we are now. There's a whole lot of smoke to this. And if you're listening to all these reports, it seems as if that Deshaun Watson is just about out of Houston, which leads to this last point. Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans hold the NFL draft in their hand. I know everybody was talking about this person going here and this person going here and this person is going here. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I believe that the Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans hold the draft in their hand. Why am I saying that? Because the teams that are rumored are teams that are in the top 10. I heard about the Jets. They're drafting their number 2. I heard about the Miami Dolphins. They got 2 first-round draft picks, 3 and 18. I even heard about the New Orleans Saints today because everybody's considering that Drew Brees is going to retire. I heard about the Saints today talking about Deshaun. I heard about the Indianapolis Colts with Deshaun. I heard about that. I heard about Deshaun with the Chicago Bears. I heard about that. And Kevin, just with that statement he just made there, because the Dolphins have the 3rd pick and they have the 18th pick, and considering that whoever gets Deshaun is going to have to give up a ransom, Houston is going to want a boatload of stuff. And I believe Miami, the Dolphins, have just what the Houston Texans need. They got 2 first round. If it was me, I have to charge Miami. Miami have to give me those 2 first round picks. I don't want the 3rd pick, and then I want your first round pick for next year or your first round pick for 2023. No. I'm about to give you Deshaun Watson. And let me go back since I see striving to perfection. If I remember right, striving to perfection, I believe that you're a 49er fan. And if that is the case, I also heard, of course, about the 49ers wanting Deshaun Watson also. So when we talk about Miami, you have to get Houston would have to. I have to demand that. I'm giving you a quarterback who's in his early 20s, who you're going to get at least another, probably, barring injury, you probably going to get another 9, 10 year, 8 to 10 year legitimate franchise quarterback. And these kind of quarterbacks don't grow on trees. So you're getting a superstar quarterback. You're going to have to give me. You're going to have to give me those 2 picks. Miami can offer that. I see what you said, Kevin. They may not want to. Even though that's a good trade. The 2 first-round picks in Tua, and Tua can go to Houston, and you'll get a first-round talent. You may not have to start all the way from the ground up with a quarterback with Tua there, because you got to give them some team, put some protection around them. Strive to perfection. You're a Cowboy fan. I even heard some crazy stuff about the Cowboys. I don't believe that for 1 minute. Just no way. But that Miami, the 49ers is intriguing too, though. The 49ers is very intriguing because once they get all their players back, we're talking about a Super Bowl contender with the 49ers, with all that defense they had. You get them back and you just trade and get Deshaun and put him on their team, the 49ers are a favorite to win the Super Bowl immediately. If the 49ers get Deshaun Watson. I'm talking about immediate favorite. Kim said we would throw Donald Trump with the deal just because. Oh boy, here we go. Wow. Deshaun Watson really does have, once y'all look at it, if this Deshaun Watson and the Texans really have the draft in the hand. Now, Cowboy related, here's what I'm closing with. If he goes, like if he go to the Jets or the 49ers or whatever the case may be, then a lot of these players that were projected to go in certain places are going to fall. And the Cowboys are picking at 10. And I got a feeling that when the 10th pick of the draft come up, the Cowboys are going to have a real hard decision to make. Because you're going to have there's a good possibility you're going to have Chase there from LSU. There's a possibility that Devontae Smith would be there, the Heisman Trophy winner. Kyle Pitts, the tight end from Florida, who I love. You're going to have a defensive player. You may have Surtain there from Alabama. You may have Parsons there. There's going to be a real decision made there at 10 if Deshaun, because teams that need stuff, you're not going to need it. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like, the Jets. Whoever, if Houston go to the Jets, they might scroll up and take Fields from Ohio State. They might need a quarterback. They may not want to, Kevin. They may not want to. Yeah, I agree, Kevin, 100%. The Dolphins won 10 games this year. You put Deshaun on that team, they become incredibly damn with the defense the Dolphins had. Chicago would be much better, without a doubt. The 49ers, I think, would be an immediate favorite to win the Super Bowl if Deshaun go to the 49ers. With the team that they have and everybody coming back, they would be an immediate favorite. So I really do believe, and I'll leave it. We'll talk about this more on Saturday. I see the good. I see Miss Ty say immediately. She's a 49er fan on Podbean. Good. Hey, everybody on Podbean. Thank you for hanging with me. Thank you so much. I see my wife is on here, Miss Lori. I think she's still on here. She's on here. Good, bad, and ugly truth. I think you're still here. If you are, I appreciate you for hanging with me. Deshaun really holds it, y'all. So I think we really need, and I believe they're gonna do all this before the draft or right at the draft, because that's where Deshaun's real value comes in with all these picks that they're gonna get. So I believe before the draft or right at the draft, Deshaun Watson is gonna be traded, and from there we'll be able to kind of judge how the NFL draft will really go then. I really believe that. So that's where I want to close. Y'all think about that. We might dive into that a little bit more on Saturday. Join me on Saturday at 3 o'clock. Saturday at 3 o'clock. Listen, I haven't said it all day long, but I'll say it now. Listen, this is where you can find me if you're looking on the screen. You can follow the Big Time Show at Google Podcasts, Podbean, where I am right now. You can follow the show at Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Tumblr. These are all the places where the Big Time Show is being heard and seen. And then finally tonight, listen, if you want to become a contributor of the show, if you want to become a patron of the show, if you're on Podbean, you should see that red bag there or something that says become a patron. Just click on that and follow those instructions. We're not asking for much at all. All you got to do is just follow that and you become a patron of the show. If you're on Periscope, YouTube, or Facebook, you see that is my Cash App for the show. I promise to try to keep bringing nice little content. I have some more guests that are lined up. We on the map, y'all. We are on the map. It's because of you guys that tune in to the show that make the show better. Some of your comments, your questions, all that kind of stuff. This what makes the show better. And so I appreciate all you guys. If you want to follow the show or become a patron, there it is, $, the Big Time Show. And listen, let me add this. If you want to become a sponsor of the Big Time Show podcast, as the Fragrance Shop is now, all you have to do is inbox me. Most of you know me by now, Douglas Brooks Jr. You can see that. There's my name there. It's Douglas L. Brooks Jr. That's my Facebook page. Inbox me there, or you can inbox the Big Time Show Facebook page. If you want to advertise your business on the show, we are available for that now as of tonight. We have our first sponsor that sponsors the show. I do not mind having others. So if you want to do that, hey, tell somebody that we're open here. The podcast is being heard all over the world, whether you know it or not. Facebook and YouTube and Periscope. On Podbean, the show is being heard in different countries. Just as recently, it was being heard in Germany, in Ireland, and the UK. Frequently, it's been listened to in Australia. So I don't know how, and I don't know who's listening to me over there, but they are. I've had people from Italy, of course, all across the United States. The show is being heard. So I appreciate this. You guys that are hanging with me, feel free to keep hanging with me. Until then, I will see you guys at 3 o'clock. I'm out of here, y'all. I love you. I appreciate you. 3 o'clock, the Big Time Show. We coming. We here now, y'all. I can't turn back now. I can't. It started off as a hobby. The hobby is hobbying. I appreciate you guys. We'll see you. 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. Peace out, man. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. We will see you Saturday, 3 o'clock. Y'all know what it is. The Big Time Show. Woo! We'll holler at y'all.